that I want to share with you this morning. As I was reading the book of Proverbs, chapter 16 this morning, I felt in my spirit a word. And I really want to share this word to empower some people, but also to get you to analyze your heart and yourselves and your motives. This is my first time, I believe, going live from my phone on Facebook, apart from going live on a streaming service. So, anyways, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. I have a hell testimony, and I'm also working on the heaven testimony right now. But the heaven testimony will not come to nobody unless they're subscribed. So it's going to be exclusively for subscribers. The hell testimony, you can listen. You can listen to it without being subscribed. But the heaven testimony is specifically for subscribers. Okay. All right, let's get to it. In the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 2, it speaks about that all the ways of man are pure in his own eyes, but the Lord weighs the spirit. The Lord weighs the spirit on his scales, okay? And every way of man in his own eyes may be pure. Your motives may be pure, but there are things that people are doing that can be an offense to the Holy Spirit of God. Many of us, we do things and we don't even include God in it. One of the greatest impacts that you would have in your marriage, sort of plan to do, so that your spouse may be in agreement. The moment that you accepted Christ, you became one with Christ. It's very important. All things that we do, that we invite the Holy Spirit also to be a part of it, so that not only He could bless us, but so that He can keep us safe. So the ways of man are pure in His own eyes, but the Lord is weighing our spirits daily, our motives. Our motives may be, even in our own eyes, may be right. We be sensitive to what God is communicating to us. Now, I wanted to speak about the book of Daniel, and the book of Daniel, chapter 5, verse 27. When when the new king came to be, he defiled the articles of God and began to celebrate with them and drink with them. And there was a writing on the wall. And the first writing on the wall was tekel. And it says that that word meant that you have been weighed on the scales of the Lord and you are found wanting. So this king, number one, this king was evil. He was evil, okay? He had an evil heart. His motives were impure at that moment. Maybe in his mind and his heart, he thought what he's doing, maybe he thought it was okay. Defilement to the articles of God's temple. And there are many people that are defiling themselves, the temple of the right. God doesn't dwell in temples made by hands anymore, but He dwells in His people, in the midst of His people. It's a possibility that the things that we're doing are defiling God's temple. And in our heart and in our of the world and the things of the world and what the world says, we think that what we're doing is okay, but it can be an offense to God, to His Spirit. And this is how many people have quenched the fire of the Spirit of God, even in their own lives. So that's why it's very crucial that we that show us what is in our hearts, so that we may fix what it is that we are doing wrong, so that we may be in good standing with you, oh God. Believer, man and woman of God, that you take every step with the Lord as if He's really walking with you. Because the truth is, the Holy Spirit is with you at all times. He's watching us. He's there to help us. He's there to empower us. He's there to counsel us. He's there to direct our steps. Um, and in that same passage, it goes on to say that if you give God all your plans, then all your ways will succeed. He will establish your plans. So if we give God what we're trying to do, if we make God a part of it, number one, God is going to reject it, or number two, God is going to bless it. Whether it's even in relationships, Maybe you're in a relationship. Maybe it's God sent, or maybe it's not meant to be. Maybe there's someone else that God has for you, and you're in a relationship that is offending the Holy Spirit. And in that relationship, you could be committing fornication, and that in that relationship, you could be walking away the things of God little by little. And in your mind, you think it's okay, but God is weighing the spirit. Keep in mind that God weighs the spirit. Go back and you'll watch it. If you're watching right now, God bless you. If you watch later, God bless you. But remember that our ways may seem right in our eyes, but the Lord is weighing us. He's weighing our spirit. He's weighing our motives. So we got to analyze ourselves and make sure that we include God in all things that we do, so that God will get the glory, but also so that you may be directed always according to what God has planned for you. God bless you. Have a blessed morning.